The town of Galkayo has been on edge since two rival administrations started fighting a month ago. The Galgala and Puntland want control of the town, which straddles their common border between the semi-autonomous Puntland and Somalia. Violence between these groups began to escalate a month ago. Schools in Galkayo were forced to close and many had to flee. A lull in the fighting has followed after mediation by the Somali federal government in Mogadishu, but the fragile ceasefire hasn't had an impact on those that fled the fighting. Most of the population has been displaced, living in poor conditions in camps on the outskirts of the town. HALIMA says she escaped from fighting in the south and has found herself in a tent with her hungry children.
At first we fled from the capital because of the war there, and again we are displaced. We are confused. We can't find a shelter to protect us from the heat of the sun. What we get from water is not enough. In addition, disease began spreading among the displaced.
The United Nations estimates about 90,000 people have been displaced from Galkayo. They're now in dire need of food, medicine and shelter.
Fighting in the town of Galkayo has forced thousands of people to leave their homes, and they are now living in dire conditions where they lack the most basic necessities of life.
Officials say the effects of this war have been the worst in years, and the biggest challenge for local authorities is how to deal with it.
We call on the federal government and other concerned parties to provide emergency aid to the displaced. They're in a critical situation since they're left without aid, and their suffering is growing day by day.
That's a view echoed in these camps where returning home, certainly in the short term, seems unlikely. Imran Khan, Al Jazeera.